Alright, we're back with Repentance, obviously. You know, by popular demand, many people have suggested that the time is right to play Tainted Maggie. I have already played Tainted Maggie once, very recently. How about that? So I know what's up. However, how does Tainted Maggie work? I'm gonna teach you the, I'm gonna teach you what I know, okay? Okay, what I did not know is that Yum Heart heals you for 2? Is that true? I just did literally like a 40-minute Maggie run, and I never knew it healed you for 2. Anyway, it works a lot like Tainted Keeper, okay? So as you kill enemies, you get red hearts, but the red hearts decay after like a second. The thing is, oh, we'll try it. The HP you have below, or I should say above 2, will decay over time. Whether it's, you know, Spirit Hearts, Demon Hearts, it don't matter, okay? It's all decaying. You also do give dangerous hugs. You can run into enemies to hug them, and it does a lot of damage, as you can see for yourself right here. That's it. Yeah. Just decays down to 2. So I don't know how you're supposed to build this character. What I will say is that on Sunday, there's going to be a heck of... We might as well lose that HP up at the top here, because we're going to lose it anyway. Let's go. On Sunday, there's going to be a heck of an Isaac run, or a heck of a Tainted Maggie run, I should say. You know, your head's going to explode when you watch it. I'm not going to spoil, you know, good nor bad, but just just know for certain it's a wild one for sure. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously we take. All I'm gonna say is that it involves perhaps one of the lowest percentage plays you're ever gonna see in Isaac. That's my take on that subject. And that's all. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Please be a secret room? That's fine. Thanks for the 2 cents. Getting a good pill? That's a good joke. I like that joke. Lowest percentage play? Oh, you mean getting a damage upgrade at any point in the entire run? Stone Cold's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Dude, Stone Cold is kind of inspirational, right? Like he's a wrestler. I'm not the kind of guy who should be critiquing wrestling technique, I suppose, because I don't know what makes someone's, you know, someone's sell good or bad, or what makes like a flying head scissors or a frog splash like look legit or whatever. The way I always thought about Stone Cold, though, I mean, obviously he's in better shape than the average person, but he was just like a normal guy that succeeded in the WWE because of an incredible amount of bravado and charisma. But then also, and you got to be careful with this stuff. You got to be careful with this, because you never know. But I'm under the impression as well that Stone Cold Steve Austin, the man, is actually like a cool guy. Is that correct? Like you would expect if he was... I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's based, right? But in like the good way. Does a lot of charity work. Yeah, it's like he's so rude with his persona. But as a genuine human being, he seems like a nice guy. Like John Cena, right? You'd expect... Well, John Cena's... I guess he's kind of a nice guy in the ring, too, but... You know, you kind of expect, given John Cena's, like, Mr. America persona, you know, Osama bin Laden has been compromised to a permanent end. You would expect that maybe... you know, he's not based, but it turns out he's actually based and Transformer pill. I haven't seen him in years. Yo, he's everywhere, man. He's in the new Suicide Squad. He was in Bumblebee. He was in the third Fred movie. I think it was called Camp Fred. Okay, we're moving on. This is not what I was hoping for, but it's what I got. Haven't seen him. Oh, I get it, because you can't see me. I get it. I understand. Yes, I did, I received the reply finally. And in fact, I received 2 replies from Anthony Fantano. We built in a laboratory, a hermetically sealed good take laboratory. A take that got him to respond on Twitter. It wasn't just to get him to respond. It was also my genuine opinion, which was that Bruce Springsteen is underrated by millennials and Zoomers, and if the Hold Steady released a song like Jungle Land, it would be the most revered song since 2006's All My Friends by LCD Sound System. He hit me with the laughing emoji, and I believe he said, "What even is the impetus for this take?" To which I informed him. And then he made a joke about Tame Impala, which I must admit I did not understand, but I clicked the heart button on it nonetheless. Because I've heard of the band Tame Impala, and sometimes YouTube Music is like, hey, you've been listening to a lot of Built to Spill. Maybe you'd also like this band Tame Impala? And I'm like, no, your play's trash. Just play more Built to Spill. I know, if I wanted to listen to new music, I'd turn on the radio, okay? Anyway, that's all I got. This run's kind of like uninspiring for right now, but we're gonna have a chance to get there at some point. You know, the thing is, I don't want to throw away my Devil Deal chances like right now. Otherwise, I'd be walking into enemies like left, right, and center, but you would probably know their song Elephant. Okay, is that the one that goes oh wow 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 wow? You know what I'm talking about? Temporary hearts don't lose your Devil Deal chance. Yeah, but I don't want to lose my Demon Heart. Maybe that's short-sighted. I don't know. Maybe I'm clinging to a vestige of an earlier time. That's Cannonball by the Breeders. Yo, 500 points to Gryffindor. You absolutely got it. Do you know the one that's like the less I know, the better? Is that the one that goes, I've been waiting on you. Seasons change. I get some not to think of it. That's not, okay. That's another one YouTube Music plays for me from time to time. That's Seasons by Future Islands. Future Islands, Tame Impala, not the same band. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, stop talking to me about the lightning and the thunder, dude. It's already stuck in my head. I am not familiar with the words of the Wiggles classic song, Fruit Salad Yummy Yummy. But I am familiar with the band The Wiggles. They were like One Direction, but for people that are like 5 years younger than me instead of 10 years younger than me. I think. I'm not joking. The Wiggles are Australia's biggest export. You know, I bet that's not true. I bet it's something crazy like, you know, eucalyptus. Can somebody Google what Australia's biggest export to the United States of America is? I'd love to know. That's an interesting question. Copper. How about that? Iron ore. Yeah, C macros. It's not the Wiggles. Bet you feel silly right now with your very serious take. NL, are you part of the super stonk community on Reddit? We're trying to squeeze the hedge funds before they exit their short ladder. Jesse, what the hell are you talking about? I have... I have absolutely no... Look, let's not even, but... What it... Anyway. I don't know what those words mean, is all I'm trying to say. Yo, this is Incredible Eats, maybe? Hold on, I'm off. I'm not even reading chat, because chat's just gonna tell me not to do it. Let's do it. This'll be funny. Yeah, I don't buy those big-time stocks. I'm more of like a... I mostly troll the pink sheets. If you know what I mean. Not true, by the way, but anyway. Get me out of here. I can't believe I got the D10, dude. What a waste. Petition to remove this item from the game and have LeVar Burton host Jeopardy. Petition granted. Okay, so now, here's my new game plan. As soon as we encounter a room that has enemies, we walk into them a lot in order to generate infinite amounts of money. Okay, we've encountered enemies that are immune to being run into. I didn't plan for that, but... Either way, dude. Infinite amounts of fiscal capital. I mean, it's really strong. And also, we're getting freaking rich, man. But I could use, you know, like something like ramming speed. Maybe we actually have finally the world's first use case for ramming speed. I do have to let you know, by the way, it's a modest spoiler. But I have beaten Boss Rush as this character. But I have not beaten Hush. So we don't have to, we don't have to put in a super rush, but it's a character that's like, it's kind of hard to go slow with. When I was playing as them earlier, I was like, dude, this is a great time. Because now, people are always like, please backtrack, please, I'm begging you. It's my last wish. But now I have a great excuse not to backtrack, because if I backtrack, we lose these. We lose our ability to get to Hush, man. We gotta go faster than that. I mean, this is pretty sizable damage. Yeah, I don't think I need to run away from enemies. I think I need to stay in there and embrace the invincibility. Okay. Donkey, that dunk, donkey, dunk. Yeah. You want to get 2 hits per instead of 1 hit per. That's the secret. I finished 8 tinted post-it notes, and I'm not going to touch Maggie because of this mechanic. I implore you to reconsider. Tainted Maggie so far has been a lot of fun. It's a little, you know. I say this as somebody who's literally done like 2 runs. It's not as much of a puzzle as like some of the other characters for sure. Like it's a little bit on the easy side maybe, from what I can tell so far. But it's fun. NL, did you ever skip class with Malf? I have said this, okay, and this is not a flex because I made up for it in university, but it's the honest to goodness truth. I literally. I gotta take the book back. What was I thinking? I literally never skipped a single class in high school. And now you're gonna, because I'm questioning my own memory now. I know I didn't skip a class. But then you're like, what about that day that you were gonna skip class to go to the beach, but it rained? And thus you didn't have to go to the beach, and instead you just went to your friend's house and watched Batman Begins? I'm thinking, in my memory, that was actually a half day, and we weren't gonna skip school. I think we only went for the morning that day. That I may have accidentally misremembered it, combined with some kind of senior skip day. Revisionist history. But I never skipped a class in high school. I did. It was only requested one time. I wasn't friends with the skippers. However, one time in 12th grade, an acquaintance of mine was like, hey, do you want to skip class and go to the movie theater and watch Date Movie? To which I said, nah, I'm good. And then that's the... Why not, dude? That's the end of that. And I think I made the right choice. Oh, I mean, if you skip class to, like, go on a field trip or something, that's a different story. That's not skipping. Yeah, that's just... I mean, if you consider that skipping, you're probably... And I hate to say this, but it's true. You're probably, like, a bigger nerd than I am. And I, competed in a Scrabble tournament locally when I was 9 years old, so... That's tough. That's a tough bar to clear. Oh, dude, I forgot! I got too busy this morning. I had a great tweet for Levy. I was gonna tweet Levy and say, hey, can you please do... a chess analysis of Austin Powers versus Ivana Humpalot, and then in brackets, it was gonna say, the year 2000, or 2001, which is when The Spy Who Shagged Me came out. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, YouTube, this tweet has to be sent. Hey, Levy. Oh, I didn't even add him. Can you do an analysis of the classic 2000 game of the classic chess match Powers v Humpalot 2000? There's a lot of very bold moves made, and it could use your tactician's insights. And then you gotta find a screenshot. Austin Powers, Ivana Humpalot chess. And then there should be a screenshot. Oh, that's a perfect screenshot. And then we're just gonna copy that in there. That tweet is... oh yeah, this is doing numbers. Oh, this is doing numbers. Okay. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, that... It's from 1999? Whatever, man. America 1999 is like Canada 2000. Yeah, I really want to see his analysis of the part where they treat the pieces as if they're nipples. I'm pretty sure Austin Powers opens with something like... It's like knight to... like E6 or something like that. It's a very powerful opening. It gives you incredible control of the center. So it forks a queen and a bishop. You can be taken with a pawn, but, you know, so be it. What if they don't take you? Esports. Oh, hello, Daniel. Daniel, what did you had a washout run or something like that? I'm not used to getting raided 20 minutes after my stream starts. What happened? Esports. Esports. Thank you for the raid, Daniel. Thank you. I think soy milk was not the move here. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't realize soy milk would also impact our contact damage, but here we are. We're gonna be here for a bit, but that's okay. Need to rest before 11 p.m. ET Esports. I have no idea what that means. Is Daniel, is he participating in another Tarkov tournament? He has a sponsored thing from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Time? Are you okay? I didn't mean to buy that key. Sponsored Summoner's War Tournament from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Oh my god. So, congratulations are in order. That is so pog. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm pogged. Well, Daniel, I wish you the best in that. It's prime time, Vancouver time. I guess it does start at like 8 p.m. I'm awake for a little bit of that. I have no idea what I'll be looking for when I watch, but I might be around. We'll see. We'll see. Dude, this run is like, this is garbage. I did it to myself. Yoink. Nice try. Yoink. Almost got me. Voyboy's in it too. Dan, are you competing or are you like part of the talent side? Well, this is interesting. You're competing. Yeah, I'm going head to head against Voyboy. Dude, it's not fair. Like, I'll just go ahead and say it. You always end up, you know, you do any esports event on Twitch, you always end up going head to head with like somebody that was like a literal esports athlete before they turned into like a variety streamer. It's not fair, man. Champions of Fire 1 got, well, I mean, I lost to Cobalt, but then, you know, people get, the Cobalt got bodied by Boxbox in the finals. Like, what are you supposed to do, right? It's Boxbox. He's got an incredible eye for systems. Champions of Fire 2, I got bodied by Hafu, and then Hafu got beaten by Yasuo. Like, you can't compete with these people who eventually, or like previously at one point in their life, their whole, you know, job, their career was being like the best in the world at dissecting a game's systems and how to exploit them to their advantage. Like, anyway, so I guess what I'm saying is good luck. It's a different flavor of gamer, let's put it that way. But I'm rooting for you regardless. This is a full health pill, man. I'm just gonna hold it for now. Big Brother, though, look, I'm not gonna deny that Dan put on an incredibly impressive show on Big Brother. Here's what I'll say, okay? I think that Dan probably could have played 40% lighter in Big Brother and still won easily. I don't feel like when it comes to Big Brother, I don't feel like they're sending the best competition. That's just my take from watching the edits on YouTube. I mean, I feel like, and you know, I apologize here, but I feel like people went harder for the Checkpoint League where there was no prize money on the line than they did for Big Brother, with a couple of exceptions, admittedly. Put Egg in a room with Memphis and Frank and see if he walks out alive. I don't think I would be good on this show. I think I would just be bored, to be honest. I think I would welcome being removed from the premises. Anyway, that's all I got. Yeah, I don't think I'm good at, like, putting on airs when people are annoying. I think I wear it on my sleeve too much. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're out of here. You put on airs for chat all the time? Yeah, now and then. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay, like, okay, we learned a very valuable lesson on this run, and we're soon to perish here. If you're doing Tainted Maggie, just don't take soy milk. It's not necessary. Just don't do it. That being said, I think, you know, if we don't do contact damage anymore, I actually feel like our DPS is pretty sec. I do see the tinted skull, but we don't need it. Pretty sick. You mine on Beck coins? HP, please. Where we're going, we don't need tinted skulls. Although, if we're not going to make it to Hush anyway, there is a chance we could actually need tinted skulls, I suppose. Right? You can never blow this guy up. He always gives spiders. That's old intel. I apologize. My mistake. Is there any NFT you would actually buy? I'm not like an investor, I'm more of a collector. So for me personally, like, as you know, I'm big into the Crash Bandicoot scene. So I already have Crash Bandicoot on the run figurine number 29 of 65, holding the Blue Hyena. It's Blue Hyena Crash holding the Wumpa Fruit. If you possess 1 through 28 or 30 through 65, please get in touch with me at my business inbox. I just want to talk. I have a... But you can't listen to what I'm about to say. I think they're going to go to the moon. I think they're... I don't see how they couldn't. First off, limited supply. Full resin statue. Looks to be about 6 inches tall. Don't ask me how I know that. I'm willing to pay, conservatively, 8 figures per Crash Bandicoot statue. They must be certified. They must have the original proof of purchase signed by Bobby Kotick himself. And then the other thing is, when I said 8 figures, what I meant is 2 figures with 6 decimal places. As long, and we're talking low. We're talking like 11, 12 bucks. But if you're willing to interface on those terms, please contact my ombudsman and fiduciary manager at the business inbox. Thank you. I should take it to Pawn Stars. That would be great. I just picture walking in and the guy's like, holy crap, is that Blue Hyena Crash holding the Wumpa Fruit, number 29 of 65? Where did you get this? Fell off a truck. Yeah, they would put me on the broadcast, because it's a great story. I got paid by Activision to play the new Crash Bandicoot while wearing Crash Bandicoot's real hands. Is Pawn Stars even on the air anymore? I have no idea. I have no clue. Didn't one of them go to prison? Yeah, I think Chumley went to prison for a little bit, and the patriarch of the family also passed away. Well, there goes my Emperor card, I guess. That was Blackrune, huh? What did he go to prison for? You know, it was like hardcore pawning. Great damage there. He pwned them. Yeah, exactly. Get pwned? Excuse me, Chumley from Pawn Stars, you're accused of hardcore pwning. How do you plead? Oh, I gotta talk to my law guy first. Best I can do is no contest. A Ponzi scheme. Yo, there you go. You know, and again, I apologize, this is like investing adjacent. So Bernie Madoff died last week. You know, I don't want to say like rip to a legend. He ran like you know, the largest Ponzi scheme in history, I guess, next to Dogecoin. But I was listening to a podcast about it, and they were I don't want to say laughing because that'll give the wrong message, but they were just musing on it, and they're like, you know, because of the fact, like when Bernie Madoff got busted, over the next decade, they managed to recover about like 80% of what investors lost and then return it to the investors. Because he got busted in late 2008, which is actually like the middle of the financial crisis, for some of the investors, it was actually fortuitous that they were part of the Ponzi scheme, because they only lost, in the end, 20% of their investment instead of, like the, I don't know, 40 to 60% they would have lost in the market at the time. Which is just, you know, just humorous, you know? Fate has a sense of humor, I suppose. My friend thought you were Tim the Tap Man. Congrats. I have no comment on that. I'm just merely going to say thank you. Watch me on YouTube. I make many Warzone videos and have a dent in my head. I have a dent in my head from the headphones. And I have a famous clip in which I fell off my chair. Or maybe the chair broke. I can't remember. That's T1? No, T1 is the guy who... He has the clip of him holding his dinner up to the camera, and then it slides off the plate, and then lands on the floor. Oh, man. That's a good one. I don't care if it was clip farmed. That's a classic video. I see it reposted, like, maybe once every 3 or 4 months, and it's like, you know... Girls, men don't know real pain. Men when they see this video. Or whatever, anyway. Who's the guy who sings Payphone? I actually don't know, but that's an all-time clip. That's all I got. Anyway. Can we... Come on, man. Stop putting on airs. So I'm realizing... You know where I said, like, we were definitely gonna die and lose? We're not gonna die and lose. We're actually gonna win easily. We're just not gonna do it in the traditional way. What did I take Polaroid? I took negative! Let's go! Thank you, Brain! So we can do Dark Path. We can accomplish something on this run. We're not going to be able to fight Hush, but that's just life, baby. Imagine being so rich and bored you make a Ponzi scheme. Yo, Ponzi schemes are crazy, though. Like, and it's just... the human mind is, like, very easy to exploit, I think, if you're, like, a bad actor. And... Because here's... I'm trying to think of the way to frame this. There was this blog I was reading, and the whole thing that the guy did on the blog was expose Ponzi schemes. So there's this British... I'm just gonna call it a scam, but I don't remember the name. And basically what they tell you is like, hey, you buy in at like the bronze tier or the silver tier or the gold tier for like $500 to $2,000. And what they claim to do, which is not conceivable, is they take your original investment and then they invest it in like high frequency foreign exchange trading, and then they pay you 5% of your original investment per week. Which, you know, it maybe doesn't seem too insane until you realize that, like, you know, the average return from, like, the stock market is, like, 8% per year or something historically. And they're giving you 5% a week? Anyway, so this guy wrote a whole blog post explaining about how, like, it's literally inconceivable, and he called, like, the companies that were supposed to be involved with it, and they don't actually exist. They're, like, storage lockers in the Seychelles and stuff like that. But the blog post has, like, I don't know, like 5,000 comments on it, and all of the comments are from people that are like, hey buddy, like, I don't know what your problem is with this, but how could it be a scam? I gave them $1,000 2 years ago, and they've already given me like $5,000 in return. And you're like they're actually mad that this guy's like trying to expose this obvious scam, because they're like, it's It actually works. And you realize, like, that's like the crazy thing about a Ponzi scheme, man. A Ponzi scheme, like, if you're early, it kind of owns. It's like the greatest investment you could ever ask for. If you're late, it frickin' sucks and you lose everything, because it's all, you know, castles in the sky, you know? It's not based on anything in reality except getting future customers. But, like, if you're in the first, like, 25% of the people that invest in a Ponzi scheme, you're laughing all the way to the bank. No wonder they're out there trying to, like, you know, convince other people to get in, and also, like, anybody who threatens to expose it, they're like, okay, well, the real stock market returned 8%. I've already made 1,000% on my investment in this thing. You tell me what's the scam. And I'm like, well, the one that is just using future investors' money to pay out your original deposit, I guess. But, like, I understand where you're coming from. So I've come to terms with the fact that actually I think Ponzi schemes own. You just have to be early. Forget delirium. Or, yeah, if you run them. Well, no, because I think if you run them, you're screwed, right? Because then you go to jail. This is, by the way, for the purposes of this bit, this is satire. I would never run a Ponzi scheme. First off, it's unethical. Secondly, I'm, like, way too lazy. And that's just sincere. Why would I run a Ponzi scheme when I can just be paid to play Isaac and banter about nothing, right? Occam's razor. So, as long as you keep Twitch running, no Ponzi schemes, there's a little carrot on a stick for you. But then secondarily, like, it's unethical, of course. But, I think if you run a Ponzi scheme, though, that's mighty dangerous, because you could go to prison for 180 years, like Bernie Madoff did. However, if you're like the third person to get invested in a Ponzi scheme and you just happen to be in the right place at the right time, I bet there's, and it's modestly controversial, a lot of people lost a lot of money in that Bernie Madoff stuff, but as someone who did not have skin in the game, I'd like to think it's been long enough that we could all joke about it now. I bet there were some people who were like, oh man, they sent Bernie to jail, huh? He did, that guy, he did amazing, he made my money go 10x in 5 years. The government's always trying to keep the, the little guy down. Anyway. That's my thoughts on Bernie Madoff. I do want to, when I said rip to a legend, what I meant was... Now hold on, now, under no circumstances do you have to hand it to him. I'm just saying... Watch the actual documentary, nobody won in the end. Alright, well you probably got me there. But in my head, it was a good bit, at least. Okay, darkroom, baby, darkroom. Frick yeah. Madoff's cell was nicer than my dorm room. Yeah, but you gotta think of it like the taxpayer was paying a lot more for Madoff's cell than they were paying for your dorm room. So you get what you pay for. Okay, hold on. I mean, like, this is very good. No question there. The streamer room. I mean, we don't need a ton of HP. I wonder if Maw of the Void will just charge itself. With marked. I think I just say no. I think I just enjoy my life. My dorm room cost 850 bucks a month, and it was 19 square feet. That's no, okay. Look, I believe it was small. I do not believe that it was 19 square feet. It was 6 feet by 3 feet. I don't believe that. Trust me. My dorm room was quite small as well. But 19 square feet? So it's like literally like if you are over 6 feet tall, it's impossible to lay down. If you laid down, your feet would be poking out of the door. Yeah, I don't think they put you. I don't think they put you in the dorm room. I think that's like the broom closet. 19 square meters, still pretty small. I suppose that's true. It could have been 19 by 1, I guess. When you put it that way, it's not so bad. You just got to turn sideways to get in, and then stay sideways the whole time you're inside. But and you also definitely could not sit down. Or if you sat down, you 100% would never be able to stand up ever again. But hey, for the right kind of self-starter, it's a great opportunity. Unique living situation in the East Village. There's a couple like games reporters I follow on Twitter, and I guess one of them is like apartment shopping in New York right now, and some of the listings that they post are so good. There's one where like the fridge and the oven are on like a corner together, but facing out, so like you literally can't open either the fridge door or the oven door. Like the way it was set up, you'd actually have to like move your fridge out of the way in order to be able to open your oven door, and you're just like, just get rid of the oven, man. Like the fridge, we've been through this before. The fridge is much more important than the oven. At that point, you don't advertise the oven. Just, yeah, buy him an air fryer or something. Come on. It's the perfect situation. Oh, baby. What were they thinking? Who made this? Kate's been watching some, like, apartment videos on YouTube as well, and some of them are crazy. Like, there's this apartment in Korea where, like, it's incredibly small. It's not 19 square feet, but it's very, very tiny, and it's not meant to be a dorm room. It's meant to be, like, a place where you could live, perhaps even if you got lucky, like, with another human being. When you walk in, where you would normally maybe, like, put your shoes or something like that, there was just the toilet. Like, with no door, no nothing. There was just literally, like, the toilet sitting right there. Like, with no privacy curtain whatsoever. So, like, if you were pooping, your front door could not open. Which I guess is kind of a security measure, but it might be a little awkward, you know, if your partner's coming home from work or something like that. Don't hit me 3 times. Yeah, it's like an apartment that basically I designed. Okay, that was a solid run, all things considered. I can't be too mad about that one, considering we threw it with soy milk. Like, we did some good stuff there. We need light path and hush. That's it. Light path and hush, and then we'd have the whole post-it note unlocked there. Oh my god. / marker. Tainted Maggie.